Hello there. This brief presentation is going to address some questions that you should ask yourself when choosing instructional materials. Part 1. Questions to ask yourself. The first and most important question to ask yourself about your instructional materials is, do the materials match your course objectives and goals? They should support your course objectives in every step. What additional materials will you need to give students in order to succeed in the class if they aren't there? Do the materials present information in a variety of ways, using mixed media, things like videos, PowerPoint presentations, audio clips, and other media really do help make the information more interesting. Do your materials include text, pictures, videos, graphs, and real-world examples is another way of thinking about this question. How will students use the materials to reach the course objectives? You should suggest to students how to get the most out of the materials. If you have supplemental materials to the main objectives, you might want to make sure that you let students know which materials are required and support those course objectives and which are supplemental. Is the material accessible and clear to your students' level of understanding? You want to make sure that students will have sufficient background to comprehend the material. If there are technical things that they may need to know about, help that may need to seek out in order to access the materials, you should make those available. After a few weeks in class, ask students how they feel about the materials and evaluate the material's effectiveness at the end of the course. If something is causing a lot of technical issues for your students, you may want to consider removing it from the course and choosing an alternative instructional material. When should I tell students something and when should I let them discover it for themselves? Well, if something is required, you should always make that clear and easy to understand. Supplemental content can always be left for students to discover on their own. In an online class, it's even more important that this is clear to students which parts are required and which might be things to explore on their own time. Part 2. Other tips. Another good tip is to supplement the main textbook with additional readings. Offering a variety of voices strengthens your course while alerting students to the existence of other research. To only use one source may not offer a lot of variety, which does help make your course more dynamic. And finally, select material with gender-neutral language and no stereotypes. You want to make sure that you have no things that might raise questions for your students regarding a gender bias or colorful language or certainly stereotypes. If this is not possible, though, do point out these problems in the course and give students a chance to discuss. If an article takes a very gender-biased approach, you may want to draw that out and offer students a chance in the discussion boards to talk about that bias.